We all have those little things that annoy us. If you're an INTP, what is it that really annoys you or you absolutely hate? INTPs are typically laid-back and adaptable individuals who are known for their intellectual curiosity and innovative approach to problem solving, and they are adept at detecting logical errors in any given argument or system. INTPs are amazing innovators whose thoughts and ideas transform the world when they are at their best. However, just like any other personality type, INTPs have their limitations. Today I'm talking about 9 things that an INTP absolutely hates. Be sure to watch until the end of the video because this is going to be quite eye-opening if you are an INTP, and especially if you're not but have friends or family who are INTP. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get the latest videos created to give you the tools to level up your life. Starting things off for me today is INTPs hate it when others believe illogical things. INTPs see the world primarily through the lens of logic. To put it another way, they want the world to make sense. They've spent their whole lives developing an inner theoretical framework of how the world works, continuously revising and updating it as they learn or experience new things. As a result, the INTP personality is skilled at detecting logical flaws and seeing when things don't add up. Because of this, INTPs are confused as to how some people can maintain a position that has been proven unreasonable, whether it's a religious, social, or philosophical worldview, or anything else. Many INTPs actually appreciate, rather they enjoy, punching holes in illogical notions. They despise it when people hold on to a belief just because it feels correct, or because it's what they've always believed. Next up, and number 8, is INTPs hate being required to deal with a lot of details. INTPs are intuitive rather than sensors, which means they perform best when dealing with the bigger picture. Their minds are wired to generate new ideas, investigate possibilities, and innovate. INTPs may appear to be lost in a never-ending daydream, caught up in the internal conversation, and in general, they find that dialogue considerably more intriguing than anything else going on in the real world. As a result, ordinary or routine activities tend to bore INTPs. Many INTPs struggle with daily duties like keeping their desk organized or remembering to take their car in for its regular oil change. It's not that INTPs can't achieve these things. In fact, having some sensing abilities will help them realize their desired objectives. It's just that these things don't interest them. In fact, INTPs despise any circumstance that requires them to focus on numerous minor aspects, such as employment or school. Number 7 on my list today is INTPs hate being forced to discuss their feelings before they're ready. INTPs may be uncomfortable dealing with emotional issues since they see everything through a filter of logic. This includes dealing with the emotions of others, but primarily their own. They are naturally private people who keep their emotions to themselves, often even from those closest to them. It's not that INTPs are incapable of discussing difficult subjects. It's because they'll require more time to comprehend them than others, and they'll need to feel emotionally safe with someone before opening up in such a sensitive way. INTPs despise it when they're forced to discuss personal or emotional issues before they're ready. Next on my list today is INTPs hate having to make a decision before considering all of the options. INTPs care extensively about the decision-making process rather than merely the end result because of their perceptive nature. In other words, the adventure is more important than the destination. They are not compelled to make quick decisions for the sake of efficiency. They are more interested in exploring ideas and what might be rather than immediately developing a strategy and ironing out all of the specifics. Unfortunately, this sometimes leads to analysis paralysis and overcomplicating. INTPs are the type of people who need to take time to think about their options. They are prone to become irritated if you press them to make a decision on short notice. They may also be irritated if others make hasty conclusions. This is especially true when discussing difficult subjects, which the INTP believes should necessitate more time and consideration to determine your opinion. INTPs will take longer than others to come to a definite conclusion or plan of action. They'll resent being compelled to make a decision without having enough time to consider all of their options. If you've gotten some value from this video so far, please show your appreciation and hit that like button. That signals to YouTube that you think other people could benefit from this video too. Kicking off my top 5 today is INTPs hate not spending enough time alone. Everyone, especially introverted personalities, requires some alone time. INTPs are among the introverts who are particularly irritated by not having enough time to themselves. A lot of social expectations might soon become irritating. Also, not getting enough alone time depletes an INTP's introverted batteries, and the exhaustion causes them to be more easily irritated than usual. INTPs are introverts who do require a lot of alone time. They think, contemplate, and investigate ideas and theoretical possibilities in their alone time, as well as recharge by undertaking solitary pursuits such as reading, gaming, or writing. Without adequate alone time, they, like any other introvert, will feel out of sorts, psychologically drained, and may be physically exhausted and sick. Number 4 is INTPs hate small talk, social pleasantries, and seemingly meaningless social expectations. Many INTPs just don't understand social standards and niceties. What's the point of chit-chat when there are more intriguing and essential topics to discuss? Why make a weather comment when everyone can see that it's a sunny day? Unfortunately, this can make INTPs appear cold, distant, or socially awkward. Many INTPs discover, as they mature, that while they find social pleasantries unpleasant and inauthentic, there is a real value to practicing them. Even if INTPs manage to fake a grin and a hearty "How was your weekend?" they still despise the mind-numbing small talk that follows. Starting my top 3 is INTPs hate sacrificing the truth for the sake of courtesy. INTPs appreciate it when others speak their mind, and they rarely mince words themselves. This can result in them coming across as extremely blunt or straight, but they'd rather have it this way than compromise the truth. INTPs are philosophers and seekers at heart, wanting to understand the world by putting all of its jigsaw pieces together. And this can't be done if people aren't ready to communicate what they mean. Extroverted feeling, a function that INTPs struggle with, is the mental process that informs us it's a good idea to keep social peace. That's the aspect of our personalities that drives us to fit in and be pleasant, even if it means stretching the facts a little bit. This function is not important to INTPs. To them, it makes no sense that someone would choose etiquette over truth. They are frequently perceived as being too blunt or direct or even unpleasant, yet from their perspective, they're not the problem. People who bury the truth under social niceties are the ones who annoy an INTP. What are some things that drive you crazy or annoy you as an INTP? Share your stories and opinions in the comments below. In the runner-up spot is INTPs hate having to conform to norms or customs that make no sense. The INTP is a highly rational and fiercely independent personality type. Commonly held ideas and practices, rules, and even family traditions must all stand up to logical scrutiny for an INTP. They are sometimes described as the type of people who, as children, pestered every adult they knew with the question, "But why?" Even as adults, INTPs are fascinated with the origins of norms, customs, and cultural expectations. And don't expect INTPs to be delighted about being told they must follow those standards if there is no reason or if the justification is something like, "It's always been done this way." INTPs are sometimes labeled as individualists and rule breakers, but if the rules don't make logical sense, they struggle to see why this is a bad thing. INTPs will struggle to follow regulations or community norms that don't make sense to them, whether at work, at home, or in school. They frequently seem like quiet outcasts who gently challenge the existing system. It's not that they're attempting to be tough, aggressive, or hurtful, though it may appear that way to some. It all comes down to their unwavering rationale. Topping my list, and the number one thing INTPs hate, is when their life lacks meaning. Few other types of people are as preoccupied with meaning as the INTP. For them, simply clocking in and out of a 9-to-5 job to receive a paycheck is unacceptable. They crave leveraging their inherent skills and talents to solve complex problems and comprehend the universe, all for the sake of making life a bit easier for everyone. When the INTP's life lacks meaning, whether professionally or personally, they will truly hate it. One thing is clear above all else: even though for some, dealing with an INTP can be frustrating, and they can seem like they are a lot to handle. However, the INTP personality type has more life advantages than almost any other personality type because of their logic-driven quest for no-nonsense solutions. This video is going to highlight these impressive advantages specific to the INTP and how you can amplify them and use them to your maximum benefit.